Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to begin a three-part series entitled Ready or Not. It's this installment that I'm going to be dropping every Friday in what I call Refining Fridays. And this series is all about what it actually means to let go. And I hope that you will join me these next 3 weeks. And today I want to talk from the subject, the grip is the problem. The grip is the problem. And this series is letting us know, really, that readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a decision. I heard that on TikTok a few days ago, and it landed. It landed hard. It's resonated with me. Because I've been thinking about how many times I've waited to feel ready before making a move, before stepping into something significant, before committing to what I already knew I needed to do. And over the course of my life, there have been moments where I was right on the edge of something, a major move, the right leap, but I hesitated. And as I was thinking about this morning, I kept coming back to this one memory. I remember growing up, there was a shortcut to the candy store. And there was a stone wall in the middle of the alley that kind of cut through the tenement buildings, and it opened up to 129th Street in Harlem, Sugar Hill, baby. And if you jumped the wall, you took about you took minutes off your trip. The minutes went to seconds, but you had to jump the wall. And as I was thinking, I remember thinking about readiness. I went back to that time. I remember times that, I would jump the wall, and I remember just dangling from the wall. And it may have been 8 or 10 feet up. And here I'm a little kid. I'm just hanging there. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting to feel ready to let go. But as I think about that now, I'm like, what was I actually waiting for? What was I waiting for, right? And that's the question I'm sitting with now. Because when I fast forward through life and through all of the lifing, I realize that I'm still that same kid sometimes, hanging. I'm still waiting for the right moment to release my grip so that I can get to the candy store. But maybe readiness isn't the rush of adrenaline that prepares our bodies for fight or flight. Maybe readiness, or being ready, is the decision, the choice to face the outcomes, to accept whatever comes next. So maybe the grip is the problem. Yeah, I've come to maybe understand that maybe the grip is the problem. I'm coming to understand some things about that wall. Because hanging wasn't neutral. Sometimes hanging looks like patience. It feels like reasonable caution. But hanging from a wall 8 feet up is not a sustainable position. Why? Because your arms get tired. Your hands can weaken. And the longer you hold on, waiting to feel ready to let go, the less strength you have when you finally do. That's deep, right? And what we come to realize is that waiting to feel ready can actually deplete us before we actually do. And there's something else I also didn't understand at 8 years old, but I'm understanding now as a grown man, a really grown man. And it's this: the ground was always there. The ground was always there. It didn't move. It didn't get further away the longer I hung. The outcome I was afraid of was a fixed distance below me the entire time. So what changed? What changed was not the drop. What had to change was me, my grip, my resolve, my willingness to accept what was already true. I was going to have to let go eventually. And the only question was whether I did it with intention or out of exhaustion. Intention or exhaustion. That's why I was going to do it. Most of us let go out of exhaustion. We hold on to something until we can't hold on anymore, and we then call that thing courage. But that ain't courage. That was just gravity. That was just gravity. But real readiness, the kind that is a decision, not a feeling, means releasing the wall before our limbs give out. It means choosing the drop. It means choosing the drop instead of suffering it. The grip is the problem, not the wall, not the height, not the uncertainty of what the landing might look like. Because as long as we are holding on to the familiar, to the safe, to the version of our lives that does not require the decision, as long as we hold on to that, we can't reach what is on the other side. And there is something on the other side, my friends. That's never been the question. The question has always been and will always be whether we are willing to let go to get it. So what are you gripping right now that is costing you more strength than it's worth? Not recklessly, not everything that you're holding on needs to be released, but sit with that. Honestly, what is it? What are you holding on to that's keeping you safe, or you think is keeping you safe, but it's actually keeping you stuck? Name that grip, my friend, because that's where we need to start. All right? And next Friday, we're going to talk about what the Bible actually calls ready, because it's not what most of us think. All right? So I'll see you next Friday, and I hope in all things that you know that you are ready. You are more ready than you think. All right? Be real, be rooted, be ready. Be ready. This is the Presence Collective, and I am E. Derek Porter, and I want to make sure that you are ready to show up on purpose. I'm rooting for you.